Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back. It is 11/11/16 at 11:50 something and going to be Saturday soon when midnight hits. I'm not home. Been kind of a roller coaster lately, and I still have residual effects of things that I wish I didn't have, but I do. Doing the best I can. Tonight I went roller skating. Somebody took me roller skating. I haven't worn roller skates in 27 years. It was extremely difficult for me to try and roller skate. I went through extreme bouts of anxiety. I felt like I was going to fall. I felt like everybody was going to watch me fall. I felt like I was going to make a fool out of myself. So I went around a couple times and then I stopped. And then I went around a couple times and then I stopped. And I watched people. I watched all the people skate by over and over and over again. And in my mind, I wanted to be one of those people skating by, but I was the girl leaning up against the wall, afraid to skate. Much like life, I had this extreme fear of falling, just like the fear of failing. So many times you don't do something because you're afraid that you're going to fail at it. You're afraid that it's not going to work. You're afraid of whatever. So you don't do that. You don't do the thing because you're too full of fear to do the thing. Tonight was a lesson for me that when I finally tried to let go of some of that anxiety and, went around a few more than 2 times, I became more comfortable going around. And by the time the place closed, I wasn't as afraid to fall as I was when I first put the skates on. It's so much like life, anything you do. But for me, I do so many different kinds of things. I found this to be extremely difficult. I found that fear to be intense. That sick feeling in the pit of my stomach was huge. My anxiety was at an all-time high, all because I was afraid to fall, maybe. None of it makes any sense. So that was rough. I find myself now kind of sitting here with some mixed up emotions and kind of a bellyache. Kind of bored and ate some ice cream, which was a big mistake because now I just feel awful and I shouldn't have eaten it, but I did. So Ben and Jerry did me wrong tonight, just like Ben and Jerry did me wrong on Sunday when I was sitting in a tub with it. I think me and Ben and Jerry need to break up because obviously it's a toxic relationship and they're not good for me. So I think we're going to have to take a break from each other. Toxic relationships, that's another thing. My relationship with my ex was a toxic relationship. And I found that a lot of relationships I've been in have been the same. When I love somebody, I love them with all of me. So I never do well with someone that is a partial or that's not willing to let go and live. So I just noticed my nose ring was crooked. What a bastard. So at any rate, I have a lot of experience with toxic relationships. I have a lot of experience putting myself in situations I shouldn't be in. My problem is that I don't like to give up. I like to fight for what I believe in, whether that's, somebody's rights, animal welfare, or a toxic relationship, sadly. Sometimes it has to be far removed from me before you can look back and say, oh my God, what was I doing? What was I doing? It's ridiculous, really. Looking back on my relationship with my ex-husband, there was a lot of things that should have driven me off. And especially early on, when we were first dating, he had met a girl for lunch. I think this was maybe even after he proposed to me. And I was devastated because he lied. He lied about what he was doing. He lied about where he was. And I was extremely hurt. I gave him the ring back, and I should have left it at that. But I didn't, because one day he got jumped and robbed, and I was fearful that the end of the world was coming, and oh my gosh, and I should marry this person, and I did, and that was the biggest mistake I ever made. I fully believe that my ex was only dating me to get out of his mother's house, and it just got out of hand. And he was too much of a wuss to open his mouth and tell the truth. I have a lot of issues with lying. I've had trust issues for a long time, and when people lie to me, I don't take it well. I find it to be probably the biggest insult that can ever happen. I see myself as a very transparent person. I always say my life's an open book. I will tell anybody anything about my life. I have nothing to hide at all. I could answer any question asked to me without shame, without fear. It seems that a large part of the world, a large part of people, can't seem to do that. They worry about either hurting somebody or they worry about looking bad. So, one little white lie turns to 2, turns to 10, turns to 25, and then somebody gets really fucking hurt. And that's not okay. I am starting to see that if I can't have transparency in anything, I don't want it. Meaning my job, any type of relationship, anything. I want to know what's going on, and likewise, I tell people what's going on. When there's a lack of transparency, there's a reason why. Therefore, there's a lack of trust already. That's probably the most valuable thing in any friendship or relationship is trust and transparency and being honest. I don't know why being honest is so hard for people. I have no idea. If you fuck up, you fuck up, but at least own up to it and say you did. So anyway, I have been rambling on for quite a few minutes now, and I think I'm going to cut this journal entry. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Hopefully I'll get another entry in before the end of the weekend. I've got a lot of things going on, and I am a bag of mixed emotions right now. Take care, everybody. Bye. Oops, I forgot to hit the button.